Hey loves, today we have a reading about messages from your higher self. So we're gonna ask your higher self what kind of guidance your higher self has for you. Maybe some practices or tips that want to come true that will help you to move forwards. And maybe it's just an affirming message, but whatever comes true, we are open for it. And it will be for you. So we have 3 piles to choose from today. We start off with the otter, the second pile is the hummingbird, and the third pile is the crocodile. Choose which animal resonates most with you. The timestamps will be in the description box, so you can fast forward and go to your pile there. So enjoy the reading, and I will see you there. Bye. Hey, pile number 1. Those of you that chose the otter cards, this is your reading. I already pre-shuffled the cards and put them on the table. I normally don't do it, but today is a bit different, so let's see what we got. Yeah, I'm getting that you're have been in your fire elements a lot lately. It's like you've been constantly pushing through, and at some point you were so buzzing with energy and that it burdens you and that you actually experienced a lot of stress. It was like one thing needed to happen and you would just snap. On the other hand, I also see that at this time, even though you are going through with your rabbit here, it's some time of fear, some time where you actually sometimes, because of the stress, feel like you just want to run away from all your burdens from life and just go into this rabbit hole and be completely surrounded by nothing and just be in the dark for some time to calm your nervous system. But what your higher self is guiding you to do right now is to really go into your playful energy with the play cards and the otter here. The otter is a very playful spirit as well. Because you're completing a cycle, you're completing an old cycle and you're halfway into the new one. So that's why you're experiencing this intensity of energy as well. Like on one hand, on one day you're just feeling this burst of life and you feel this wisdom from your higher self and you feel like you're on top of it. And then the other day you just want to close yourself off from the world, detach from everything and just go into your rabbit hole and be surrounded by yourself mostly. This is a very specific message, so if it does not resonate, you definitely choose another pile, but this is what is coming true for you. For this pile at least. So what your higher self is guiding you to do right now in this in-between phase of accumulating energies, of balancing your fire out, I would say, is to really, first of all, ground yourself, but also to allow this energy to soften a bit by going into a playful mode. By not taking yourself and this cycle too seriously and just allowing it to pass through and just see it as a time where you can just enjoy yourself, can get new insights and can get to understand a new version of you. But your higher self is really guiding you to do this in a playful way, to just be the clown in your life for yourself, to just have fun and laugh and really make time to enjoy yourself and to be playful. To release the stress and to release this excessive energy when you have it, but to also regain energy while you feel this, when you feel like you're depleted, that's what I want to say. Yeah. Because I also see that you're really like, also with the owl here and the card intensity, it's like you have a certain vision, you have a certain goal in mind, and whatever it takes, you will go there. Whatever exhaustion it costs, you will still go there. It might sometimes be that on some days it will not go as fast as you want it to go because you have a lack of energy or motivation. And that happens too, especially if we're in a lot of stress. But you have this determination, and your higher self really wants to say that they're with you on this, and that they're just really proud of your persistence, and they're really, really, that I'm able to connect so directly from your higher self means that you're super connected to it. It's like your higher self is guiding you through this process, and you might know it or intuitively feel it, but your higher self is really guiding you through this ending cycle and into this new cycle where you will feel far more abundance, and where you feel like you're more grounded into this energy of play, but then also this fire of moving forward. Yeah. Also, there's some air energy. Actually, you have all the elements. So what your higher self is saying is that you're quite balanced at this time. Even though it might feel like sometimes you're a bit too much in your head and you're a bit too much into your fire, that it burns you at times, still you keep on remaining this balance within yourself, because you have a certain understanding of the elements within you: water, earth, fire, and air. And in this way you move around in your daily life as well. That's really beautiful. So really your higher self is inviting you to go deeper into this as well, to really see when you're more in the air element, when you're more in your fire, when you're more in the earth, when you're very grounded into the earth, and when you're just very emotional or in your water, in these subtle sensitive energies. So really get to know these different parts of you and integrate them into your being, because that will help you in this completion phase. It's like you're connecting all these different dots, all these different sides of you into one being. And in the future, that's what the message your higher self has for you, is that in the future you will be able to play with all these elements. One time this might come out, and then the other time this might come out, but you will be the one managing your energy. You will be the one managing which side of you needs to be expressed and which side of you want to be expressed, because you have this knowing over them, and you can just dance and move and flow with it. So yeah, you're definitely going into a time period now, that's what you're being prepared for, where you will be in a higher consciousness. And this higher consciousness for you will be really understanding your energy management, really understanding when you need to step back, when you need to step in, when you want to express a certain part, when you do not want to express a certain part. But you will be in this more flow state, and you will feel so grounded within yourself, because you have acknowledged all these parts of you, and also the shadow parts of your air, and also the shadow parts of your fire, but then also the light parts of them. So it's like you're integrating all of these elements, the light and the shadow of these elements within yourself. And you will begin, and maybe you already start feeling this way at moments, or you're gonna feel really whole. So that's really beautiful. I see a big ascension here. A really, really big grounding into your core energy, into who you are. And it will also help you to detach from external views and external judgments, because you're just gonna be so grounded into who you are, into all these elements, that you know what to do when one is out of balance, and you know what to do to bring them back into balance. You have the practices, you have the understanding, you have the knowledge. And it might also be that you're gonna, I don't know if that's something you like to do, but it might be something you will teach others as well, with the owl card here. It's like you're gonna use this wisdom to guide and teach others through the same cycles, through the same self-understanding and self-improvement. That's really beautiful. So I will do an extended of this reading, and for you I will look into what practices your higher self is guiding you to do now to step more easily into this new way of being. So you will get some extra guidance on Patreon where your higher self will help you and will tell you what you can do now in this moment, what advice your higher self has for you to go through this cycle with more ease. And maybe also I will ask what kind of things you can expect in this new cycle once you've completed this cycle. So if you're interested in that, the link of my Patreon is in the description box, and I would love to see you there. Otherwise, make sure to like and comment and subscribe to my channel. So I see you next time. Okay, bye bye. Hey, pile number 2. For those of you that chose the card Hummingbird, this is your reading. And these are the cards I already pre-shuffled. Okay, so today we asked your higher self what messages or guidance your higher self has for you. What I see for you is a new beginning. It's like you're buzzing with this new energy and you stand strong in storms. It's like you've had this shell of protection around you for some time, but you kept your vision, you kept staying strong in who you are, you kept vibrating in a high frequency, even though things were falling apart, even though things were hard, even those thunder tower moments happened, or you lost your tribe, you lost certain people around you. And you've been, maybe I hear it's like you've been faced with some death as well, but still you remained pure from the inside. Still you remained, you actually protected your own energy is what I'm seeing with the oyster. It's like you've been protecting your own energy against all hardships. You've still been nurturing yourself. You've still been active in practicing self-forgiveness or forgiveness as a whole. It's like you've kept your heart pure and clean, and you've remained harmonious. And what your higher self is wanting to tell you right now is that because of this persistence, because of this high vibrational frequency that you were able to hold in the midst of all this chaos, in the midst of all these lessons, in the midst of all these tower moments and things falling apart, the universe, your higher self, your guides are upgrading you. From this moment on, life will be more easy. There will be adventure, there will be a whole new beginning with so much faith. You will, because so many things fell away and you stayed strong in your inner knowing. It's like you have this unwavering faith the Fool has as well. It's like you're gonna fall into so much blessings without even trying to. It's like you're gonna feel whole with others, within yourself, very harmonious. Your heart and your third eye are gonna be even more activated and even more upgraded. It's like you're stepping into a time where your inner child can just play, can just be, you are going to be able to just be adventurous, to just be in the moment, to be present, to feel this high frequency of bliss, of harmony, of unconditional love. And I really feel a sort of tingling in my heart space and in my shoulders and my arms. So I really feel this heart awakening that you're going through. It's like a very soft, subtle, but so calming and so relaxing energy. It's beautiful to sit in. So at this moment in time, your higher self, your spirit team is just really congratulating you that you've made it through. It's almost like maybe you have been in the circumstances pile number 1 was in, as I still feel it's a bit of a different energy, but they also came out, they were still in the cycle and were getting out of it. But I would say that this would actually, what it is going to be, what it would feel like in this completion phase, in this new cycle. So what I see for you is that you're stepping into it now. You're stepping into this cycle because you've just completely surrendered. You've surrendered into your knowing, into your heart, into unconditional love, and this is going to shower out with so much peace in your life, with so much blessings, with so much ease. You're going to be able to share your abundance with others that vibrate on the same high frequency as you do, but also you are going to be able to receive a lot from others as well. It's like you want to give to others, but others are reciprocating this energy that you normally, or maybe for some time were the only one doing this, but you really are going to feel so grateful because the universe is blessing you with circumstances, with people, with communities that give back in the way you're able to give as well. Yeah. That's really beautiful, pile number 2. You're really gonna feel blessed. You might already feel blessed right now, or you just feel this soft energy that's within you. And your higher self is just saying, keep on being in this soft, gentle energy. Keep on being in this subtle, this trusting vibration of unconditional love, because before you know it, you already passed. You're already on a different timeline. You're already in this new chapter, in this new beginning. There's gonna be so much unfolded for you. I also hear next year, so next year will be just a really big year for you. There will be a lot of breakthroughs, there will be a lot of blessings, seeds of manifestations that have been growing in the meantime while you were nurturing your hearts. They're becoming these big flowers, these fruits of manifestation. It's like you're gonna see, reap what you sow, what you have sowed. Yeah. Wow, that's really beautiful. In the extended, I'm going to do an extended on Patreon. So I think for you, I will be looking into what specific blessings are coming through. For pile number 1, I looked into guidance, how to step into this new cycle with more ease, and how it would feel like if this cycle was completed. But for you, you already stepped into the cycle, you're already on the timeline. So you're not in this in-between phase. So I just want to see for you what next year will bring into your life, how next year will feel for you, what kind of blessings you will experience. So if you want to see the extended, follow the link of the Patreon reading will be in the description box. Furthermore, I want to say really, really thank you for being here. I appreciate you a lot. And keep on vibing high in this beautiful energy. I love you. Bye. Hey, pal number 3. Those of you that chose the crocodile cards, this is your reading. A strong message that I got first of all is that your higher self is guiding you right now to disconnect from the world, to really go within. We also have the card go within. But also with the golden egg, it's like your higher self is guiding you to go back into a bit of a hermit mode, to really go within again, and to use this time to go within as a way to connect back to source. What I'm seeing for you is that maybe you have been in a time where there were a lot of projections around you. This card came underneath, and you were just so focused on the outside world, on other people, that you might not have always seen where predators were, and you really maybe try to fit in. But source is really guiding you right now. Your higher self is really guiding you right now to connect back to self. Because yes, you are this charismatic being, this intuitive being as well with the fish. But in order to gain a higher knowledge and to stay connected to the master within you, the master of knowledge, the master of intuition, it's important to have times to really get back into your own energy, because otherwise we can just absorb so much from our surroundings and we can feel very scattered from within, and the projections that we've been put on, or the way, how do I say this, the way things are being projected to us. Sometimes when we're too involved in the external and we lose a bit of our internal connection, or the time to reconnect back into the internal, all these voices, all these projections that people have on us can actually become our own reality. It's like you start believing that the way others perceive you, the way others look at you with their eyes, that is the way you are, where instead there's a whole different world within, there's a whole different side of you that you might not express or cannot express there in this certain circumstance. I'm feeling it's like a group of people or a circumstance, maybe your work that you're involved in, but really your higher self is guiding you to connect back to your internal space, to who you are, and to really shed the skin of, or the perceptions of how people perceive you, how people look at you, how people think you are, but start reconnecting with who you are. I almost wanted to curse. So yeah, this is actually a very urgent call from your higher self to do this, because I feel if you will not, you will feel very scattered and things will become very black and white for you, and you might be become a bit pessimistic and black and white, like, oh, it's this way or it's this way, oh, I'm this way or I'm this way, where instead there's like a whole golden egg that to discover for you. It's like there's so much potency in you, there is so much. It's also funny that it came next to the crocodile, because that's what the crocodile does. Crocodiles are born in this egg, you know. So it's like you're going through sources, or your higher self is actually guiding you to go through a huge rebirth. A huge rebirth. Like a huge one. But the only way you can go through this is by reconnecting to self, is by going within and reconnecting to who you are, and loosening up and letting go of these voices or these perceptions that you might have integrated as your own self-belief, or as your own view on things, or as your own way of being, is what I'm hearing. So it's time for you to really start detaching from what others have to say and how others see or perceive you, but also to acknowledge that all that is being brought to you lately, all these projections were there to help you reconnect to within, because at a certain point, when we really lose ourselves in these projections, there's a certain point when you're just so burdened by it that the only way through is to go within and to face your own fears, because you know the external reflects. It's like a mirror for us often. Like on one hand we're learning and teaching other people's lessons, but people are also mirroring something back to us. And if we're still being faced subconsciously with a lot of trauma, with a lot of fear, our external will help us to bring it to the light. Our external will help us to see where frustrations come up, where we're triggers, where there are still triggers, where there is still pain, where there is still hurt. And yeah, now is really the time to get back, to sit back and to see what all happened here, and to look at your subconscious beliefs, to look at how everything played out lately in the external, to become wiser within. Yeah. I also see something with the moon phases, because we have a new moon here and a full moon there, so there is like a certain period from, it's a timeless reading of course, so adjust it to whenever you're reading it, watching it. I'm reading it. But yeah, I think maybe this got triggered the last full moon, and you're being guided to release this now, to start setting new intentions for the new moon that is coming up. Because I do see, even though it might sound a bit harsh, especially if there are triggers, I'm really sorry for that. But what I also am seeing is that there is a lot that you can tap back into, and there is a lot on the horizon to look out for as well, because the golden art is a spirit card. It's not a card that's connected to any element, it's connected to spirit. So this is a direct call from spirit, because it wants to work through you. And how beautiful is it to have that invitation? Like, of course, Source Spirit always wants to come through and work through us, but now you're in this time period where you can actually really connect back to Source when you go within. And start becoming conscious of the subconscious. It's like you're gonna be the master of your life again, and you might have, and we all have those times where you just lose the grip a bit, because you're like a ball that's constantly being thrown to a different area. But I really feel like once you step out of that and start tapping in within and your own internal knowledge, your external will start shifting too, and you will be able to observe what is happening instead of getting triggered of it or by it. Yeah. It's a bit of a wake-up call. I still think it's very important to have these wake-up calls, because we all need this from time to time. So yeah, in the extended, I'm gonna read into this. I'm gonna read into the golden egg and the source energy. So we're really gonna see like what will happen if you start following this advice. What's on the other side of this? So if you're interested in that, the link is in the description box. Furthermore, I just really want to thank you for being here and supporting me. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I wish to see you next time. Okay, bye.